Oh, Andy, that little wager of yours, count me in.
What are the terms?
If I win, then that hot little bucket hat of yours is mine.
And if I win?
Rose takes off her jacket to reveal a skimpy-looking tank top.
I'll give you something you've been obsessing about ever since we started this podcast.
Be more specific.
In English, I'll fuck your brains out. Welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All. We were joined by Concetta Caristo for a very horny, sorry to our friends in the Mic Check Republic, episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
You're looking more healthy.
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
It's good. Return back to my life source.
A successful Melbourne Comedy Festival run, would you say?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Let's call it that. Yeah.
Is this a bit of foreshadowing for the next episode?
We'll put some. We'll go in depth. We'll do a deep dive on Andrew Hastings' psyche. But you've already got like at least some color in your face.
Yeah, I feel better. I do. I feel a little better. I do feel better.
You've got a cut-off shirt. You've decided to put on regular non-tracksuit pants.
It's been days since I've worn real pants.
Your bucket hat.
There's no bucket hat,
Yeah, no, didn't need it tonight.
Has that now become a symbol of bad luck?
No, not at all. Not at all. I was wearing my bucket hat. No,
During
actually, maybe
that
it
really
has.
Is that when everything first started to go wrong for you, you think?
Wait, sorry, you asking me when did things start to go wrong for me?
Yeah.
I
The
remember
year was 19.
Yeah, I remember in 1996.
My dad called me a little pussy.
Yeah.
The first memory I'll tell you a story. First memory I had of like feeling bad is 1996. I was in kindergarten. It was my second day, and I'd made one friend.
This is pre. Do you have my pants story?
This is a couple of years before the. Has anyone seen my pants story? I made a friend, David, who I have him on Facebook and stuff. Still, he went to the same high school as me as well, and I thought we were friends, and he thought it would be funny to be mean to me, which has been a running thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's literally been my whole life.
20 years.
And he thought it would be funny to steal my shoes and hide them from me. And I felt very embarrassed that I didn't have my shoes, and I was very angry, but I didn't know how to express that effectively.
So a lot of what shaped you as a human was just not having particular items of clothing.
Various people stealing your clothes has led to what is in front of me right now.
In high school, they'd steal my phone a lot. That was a big part of it.
Phone hacked, would you say?
Oh.
When I was... And also a couple times it became a bit at my high school to steal my FPOS card. And I ended
do
up
what with it?
just hide it from me and
Okay.
do like a bit of keep away.
Go on
and
a
shit.
spending spree.
Yeah. I actually punched my best friend in the face when I was 15 because of that.
That's cool, man.
It wasn't. I felt
And
I
that
cried
turned out to be a
afterwards.
hate crime, yeah.
He was Asian.
Oh, I, thought,
He was in the game.
I thought it was
No.
one of the
This
gay
is
guys.
Callum became my best friend a couple years later.
Right.
Yeah. This is a guy called Martin who I don't talk to anymore because he got kind of creepy with women.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cancelled.
Yeah, he got cancelled
Yeah.
in 2009 beforbefore
Wow,
cancelling.
before cancelling.
Well, he was being quite creepy to There's a girl I'm friends with still who was his girlfriend at the time. In the breakup, I chose her side because he started to get a bit stalkery. So I helped her out a little bit, and I stopped talking to him.
I had a shoe-related incident on my first day of school. I cried at my first day of school because
Hit me.
I didn't know what shoe was my left shoe and what shoe was my right shoe.
Yeah.
It was very early on.
No, that's fine. I didn't know left or right back then either. Yeah.
So my parents thought to help me, they'd put
Rose,
left-
you have a smug look on your face. Did you know left and right in kindergarten?
I reckon I probably had
Okay.
a grasp of it.
But did you know what gender you were? So still got it.
Yeah, he's back, baby. So my parents thought to help me, they'd put left and right in the shoe, which doesn't help at all.
Because you can't read.
Because it's
Once
just
you put your foot
labeling
in.
the shoe.
Oh, you don't know
I'm
what
just
your
like,
feet are.
Yeah,
right.
it says left, but I don't know which one left is.
You'd be better off
That's
doing it with
true, yeah.
arrows.
Yeah, so I just stood there and cried until someone put my shoes on.
Oh.
Why were your shoes off?
It was like a thing in school where you took your shoes off to do certain indoor
That's
activities.
pretty normal, I think.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Right. Was that what you were like thinking of doing when you didn't have a pen at uni? You just start
Yeah,
crying until someone gave you a pen.
It's become a recurring theme, I would say. I don't have the equipment, so I just cry.
In the time I've known you, you haven't been as much of a cuck as you are in the stories that you describe.
Yeah.
When did you get confident? When did this happen? And what I'm really asking is, when will it happen for me?
You really start to discover who you are in your 30s, Andrew. You become a real man. I started chopping lumber as soon as I turned... No, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm confident now. I'm more confident than I was. I'd ask for a pen now.
It would be crazy if you weren't more confident at 32 years old than you were at 5 years old. That would be nuts.
I don't know. Sometimes, I still put on the wrong shoe.
Oh man, I don't think I had any confidence at all until I was like 17. All.
I would still wager there'd be situations where I have no confidence. I mean, when I was 27, I went out with this girl and one of my best friends, his girlfriend.
Amy Cook?
No, different girl. And yeah, I fucked. I don't anymore, except for
because I'm married.
Dude,
is that what getting married is gonna be like, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Oh fuck, dude.
Haven't you heard, dude?
That's the only reason you have an open relationship is so you can keep having sex after you get married.
Yeah, good joke.
Yeah, my friend set this thing up because he was like, this girl like clearly likes you, and it was so obvious that she did. And we spent like the whole night together, like drinking at a pub. And she was like getting drunk, being like, "Oh, this is fun. We're getting drunk together. We're gonna stay in like your friend Geordie's place. We'll probably have to like share a bed and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." So I was trying to be like the gentleman. I slept on the floor. Made it.
Dude.
Wait.
Let's go top to tail.
It's all part of the plan, baby. You squirm around on the floor a little bit, being like, "Damn, this floor's uncomfortable, yo."
Do you know what's a better plan?
These pants are
is you say, "I like you."
No, wait.
Maybe we could kiss.
This is a better plan. So I squirmed around on the floor for a bit.
Sure.
Made it look like it was
as all good
uncomfortable.
plans start.
Yeah. She invited me up, and then we cuddled for a bit.
How long's a bit? Like 6 hours?
I'm getting there. So we cuddled for like an hour and stuff. Shut up. I'm trying to tell a story, bitch. So like a couple of times, where like if you're cuddling someone that you haven't fucked, you might not know this, but like because you don't cuddle.
I refuse to cuddle until after fuck.
I'm a very cuddly guy.
So we were doing that, and like a couple of instances where like our noses were touching and stuff like
Dude.
that. But, hold on.
I'm here with you. I'm here.
Yeah, somebody doesn't fucking know about foreplay.
Yeah.
Dude, she'd be wet as shit.
Oh, this
like,
was-
totally. Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying, you got to skip the whole thing.
It sounds like you're saying that.
Leave
It
out
sounds
Yeah.
like
It's just like Hastings goes, "I'm going in dry." So
Loves
we're-
a dry shaft.
It's sexual. It's a little thing called sexual tension. We have it.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
We're on year 5 of the cuddling.
Yeah. I was squirming around me at open mics when I first started. Was me squirming around on the floor, being like, "Damn, that table over at Mug and Kettle sure looks good. I'd love to sit next to the big dog." So yeah, there's a little bit of sexual tension. Of course, I did nothing with it. Like we're nose to nose the entire time. She eventually falls asleep. I spend about, I would say, 3 to 4 hours beating myself up, not off.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just being like, "You're a fucking idiot." Like that was so clear. And then I was just like, I should have done it. It's now probably about like 3:30 in the morning. We're like 2 hours past the cuddling. So eventually I just like tapped her on the shoulder, woke her up.
Bad start.
And then I kissed
No, I actually kind of respect it.
Yeah,
It's
Doug.
cute.
And then I kissed her and she said, "What took you so
Yeah,
long?"
of course she did.
Oh, that's so
good.
hot.
And Concetta, you were right. She was so wet.
I tell you. It's that slow game.
Yeah, it's like jazz. It's about the notes you don't hit.
Oh, yeah.
Concetta, when did you get confident? You're a pretty confident person.
Yeah.
Good question. I would say, I don't know, I think kind of early because I'm quite sociable. And my mum would say that, like, I liked school a lot more than home. So I think
I mean, that speaks to maybe a bigger problem.
that is too real. Absolutely too real. But, yeah, and so I think maybe from a young age I was quite confident. When I was in school, in kindergarten, like in those young years, I was like a tomboy. That's crazy. Like I just found it easier to be friends with dudes, and then the rest of schooling was chicks only. And so then,
Yeah.
Damn.
and then
Did you miss the fellas?
Absolutely, they
Yeah,
all
of
left.
course,
All my
dude.
friends left, and then I had to.
I went to an all-boys school. I feel you. I always got along better with girls. Right up until I turned 25 and disgusting. But as a teenager, got along way better with girls. When I was at this dude's school, and yeah, they just kept stealing my shit and hiding it from me. It just kept
That is
happening.
so
Boys
sad.
can be cruel.
Boys
dude.
can be cruel,
Totally.
dude. Rose, you're not confident, but would you say you're more confident now than you were?
Yeah.
You'd
I,
have
like,
to be.
You'd have to be.
Yeah, like taking the first step to like walk out dressed like feminine the first time was fucking hard, but like I can do it pretty no problem now.
Yeah,
I
I
went
can
to
imagine so.
work today like presenting like full femme for the first time ever.
That's
Oh,
sick.
that's
Oh,
sick.
well
That's
Were you
so
getting mad
fierce.
fist bumps and shit?
No, no one. Because I kind of talked about it with work people, and they, I think, specifically didn't make a big deal out of it.
I remember the first time you mentioned, this is before you came out, but the first time you mentioned to me
That I
you were-
was a cross-dresser.
Yeah, you were doing like cross-dressing stuff. I was like, I was real drunk after Mug and Kettle one night, and I can't remember. I hit you up or you hit me up, being like, "Let's get a beer," and I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And then you were like, "Just a heads up, like I'm wearing like women's shoes and a skirt." Or something like that.
Whoa.
And I was like, I think you thought it would be like, not a big deal necessarily, but like, I was just drunk and really, I was like, yeah, cool. I would love a beer. Like, I just really like to, I'm pretty depressed at the moment and I would love to. I was in a dark place in 2000 and whatever year that was.
So you probably didn't even consider that Rose was trans.
Genuinely not.
You were just like, she could be wearing a rhinoceros costume. You're like, yeah, cool. You
Just
went to a
get
costume
it.
party. Someone get me a beer.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
I'm sad about, oh, I can't say her name.
Yeah, so close.
But we know.
We all know.
This
We
is
all
an
know.
egotistical
Ugh.
question, but
Yeah.
at some point, was there speculation that it was going to happen?
Yeah,
Like,
later
come
on.
out? Right.
Yeah, absolutely. When you came out, I was like, well, yeah. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, like, anyone who knew about the cross-dressing thing, I think was like, okay, that
Well,
makes
we all
sense.
knew because you did a bunch of soft launches.
That's true, yeah, I did.
It's like,
thought I was
you'd
bu-
get drunk and be
Hey,
like, I'm
Jamie-
trans, and then like 3 weeks later be like sober and be like, I'm trans. You'd be like, yeah, I know, dude. You told me 2 weeks.
that actually, I remember that did
Yeah.
happen a couple times.
Well, the soft
Yeah,
launch was
it
when
was the
I
soft launch.
the soft launch was when I convinced myself that I was bi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I remember we all went through that phase.
The soft launch is what.
Yeah, but I never acted on it.
Yeah.
The soft launch is what Hastings calls it when he can't find
I
his
was-
fight.
Okay, so I went for that a minute ago. And then I
Got
already,
his ass.
I reached for that. Fuck!
Your
This is
ins-
Melbourne all
Your
over again.
instincts have been dulled by Melbourne.
Yeah.
Just terrible
Yeah.
runs.
Taking too long to get to the
Yeah,
punch,
yeah.
all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Taking too long to get the bloody ticket booth. Those punters were. Kill me.
Did they ever show up? No. The Sydney Comedy Festival return to form.
Return to
Andrew
form.
Hastings?
Sydney Comedy Festival. Gonna make some changes.
A massive rewrite.
Yeah, dude. No, the actual show was great. It was the best show I've ever written. Like,
Dude, that's sick.
How do you know?
It's a shame no one saw it.
Yeah.
some people saw it.
Could be the worst.
Just
show
not
you've ever
many.
written.
Oh my god, do you know that like little frog? That
Pepe.
no, the frog.
Crazy frog.
No,
Let us say it.
the frog
No, I was gonna keep
from
going.
Looney Tunes that like sings
Oh, that
Bugs
like
Bunny.
played them
and
off.
the
Yeah,
human,
yeah, yeah.
and then every time wants to show everyone
Yeah.
it won't. Yeah,
Oh,
I
man,
guess
what's
that's
that
the other frog.
fucker's name? He was the Warner Brothers.
Marvin the
Yeah.
Martian.
No, it was
That makes me
Franklin
very
J.
angry.
Something.
Is this
Tweety
the name of
Bird.
the frog?
That's a
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good
yeah,
impression.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's the Warner Brothers frog for a while. He was the official mascot of the Warner Brothers
Yeah.
television station.
Would you say that Warner Brothers now, Bugs Bunny's the most recognizable character?
I would absolutely
Absolutely.
say
It'd probably
Yes.
be him or Michael Jordan, I would say. One
Yeah.
of those
True,
two.
true.
Yeah.
that. No, I gotta look up that fucking frog's name.
They're doing a reboot of Space Jam, aren't they?
I heard this with like
With
LeBron.
I'm pretty sure it's like
Hell
because he's like a
yeah.
real good comedic actor.
Oof.
Oh yeah, he was funny in whatever that bullshit movie I watched. was.
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck.
Yeah, that's the one. Boy, that movie was overrated. Anyway, speaking of movies, nah, it's too early.
Let's
Michigan J. Frog was his name.
Wow,
right.
nice.
Oh yeah,
That's
MJ
That's
Frog.
what I'm
Frog?
talking about. Yes.
Yeah,
we all
Yes.
knew we all knew who you were talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yes.
I just wanted to know his name. It's my inquisitive nature.
Michigan J. Frog.
It's never said in the
It's not a bad
sketch, though, right?
I don't
How
think
did you
so.
know
No,
that?
it'd be one of
Yeah.
those things that's only like you only know the name because it's in the credits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
What about
I don't know. You've lost it.
What about? Come on, guys. What about? No, did you guys like Warner Brothers shit, like Looney Tunes? I loved it.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my god,
I was so
loved
into it.
Oh my god, I loved
Roadrunner
it.
was my fave. Well, Wile E. Coyote was my fave, really, but you got him via the Roadrunner cartoon.
I think it was absolutely Bugs Bunny and Daffy.
Bugs Bunny was a
Definitely.
smarmy little cunt. I don't care for
I
that
can see
guy.
why you like Wile E. Coyote.
He's wily.
Yeah, and he's just like a loser. Like he's like he always loses.
He always fails.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wild.
But he's
that
persistent. Is his persistence not amendable? Is there not something noble about for 8 years just chasing? Is there not?
Does he ever catch the Comedy Store?
Uh-oh, I think we locked Sam out.
Oh my god.
I think there's something noble about Wile E. Coyote's persistence and devotion. I think like there's that episode even where Wile E. Coyote catches Roadrunner but can't bear to actually eat him because he loves the chase so much. It's all about that grind, you know.
This makes so much sense.
The
to you as
aspiration
well.
Yeah.
is
You
more
just-
important
you
to the.
love the chase.
Oh baby. Yeah, no, I'm hanging on by a fucking.
What
thread.
about like Pepe Le Pew?
Too close to Pepe the
yeah,
Frog?
and
It's
Pepe Le
cancelled.
Pew is cancelled as shit.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah,
cancelled.
They're bad. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Is Foghorn Leghorn cancelled? Because he's like a bit of a like
Why would Foghorn
caricature-y-
Leghorn- Oh yeah,
'Cause he's a
I say,
Confederate
I say.
general.
I'll say so.
Yeah, it does seem like Foghorn Leghorn would have fought for like slavery.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did any Looney Tunes own slaves? They probably did, right? There would have been some weird racist ones from like the 20s.
Well,
or
I
some
mean,
shit.
there was all like in wartime. There was the Disney stuff with like where they fought Hitler and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure there's like some like weird
There's
blackface
definitely-
ones.
Oh,
some
yeah,
blackface.
it's
Yeah.
bad. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like Bugs Bunny dressing up like a chick to confuse Elmer Fudd or
No, but the
Yosemite
footy
Sam.
show.
Yeah, that's a
showed
real
us that
Rose
that's real
Pfeiffer
funny.
move. Oh boy, oh boy. Nah, Bugs Bunny dressing up as a chick. That shit's pretty hot.
Have you been to
Lola Bunny though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude in Space Jam?
Damn
I
dog.
would
She can
clap
get
those
it.
cheeks.
Yeah,
That's one
yeah,
sexy
yeah,
rabbit.
Yeah. Have you been to Movie World?
No.
I have.
Dude, how good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It's like seeing all your favorite things then in a world.
I remember going to Wonderland when I was a kid and checking out the Hanna-Barbera section.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was pretty
quite good.
sweet.
I don't know what that
Hanna-Barbera
is.
is like Flintstones, Jetsons.
Oh.
It also it had some relationship with Cartoon Networks like Johnny Bravo
yeah,
and
I never
Cow
watched
and
that
Care
Chicken.
shit.
Bear bunch.
yeah,
There were 3 bears with crazy hair that lived in a zoo.
that's pretty sick.
That's
Yeah.
fresh.
I used to have a VHS copy of that, and I watched it like all the time. It was garbage, but
I had a Roadrunner DVD, video VHS that, obviously has been very informative. It's had a strong impact on the small big dog, medium dog.
yeah. Should we
I
start?
think it's about time to start.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah,
welcome
yeah.
to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, a podcast about teen sex comedies. I'm your new host, Rose Piper, joined by...
The People's Choice Award winner for 2019 Melbourne International Comedy Festival for most tickets sold, Andrew, Vulgar Display of Comedy, Hastings. I'm like Hannah Gadsby. The name of my show is now associated with me forever.
So people just
like,
call you Vol.
Yeah, like people call Hannah Gadsby Nanette. People just call me Vulgar Display
I
of
saw
Comedy.
some dude on your
Yeah.
ad today be like, "That's fucking. It's the metal thing. It's Pantera." And I was like, "You're gonna hate this goddamn show."
Metal people came to my show and they liked it. So shut up. It's a good show.
I like that, like, of all the metal bands, you pick something to copy as well. It's like Pantera, who've got ties to, like, white supremacy. And
Hey, look, there's a lot of things I try not to think too hard about. My life.
Can we?
which may have translated into ticket sales.
I'm not sure if you heard about this, Rose.
Mhm.
This isn't too deep of a dive that we need to save.
Have
for
you
the
told
next
Concetta
episode.
what the plan is for the next episode?
Yeah, we're getting our good friends Alex White and Ben Squires to do an episode where we discuss the grand failure of
Because
Hastings
they were
Melbourne
in the
Comedy
Airbnb
Festival
with me
run.
for the trip. So we're doing a whole
this
episode.
is gonna be good.
We're
Yeah,
doing a whole
yeah.
episode.
yeah.
Tease, yes. Just set up for next week. We're doing a whole episode about my very successful.
So
Melbourne
you might
Comedy
have
Festival run.
you might have seen it on
A
social.
damn near Barry win. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, MICF Award for Most Outstanding Show win.
Yeah. You might have seen it on his social media, but Hastings didn't realize until, I guess, halfway through your run, when he was wondering where are all the people coming from my gorgeous flyer, that people were...
It was a good flyer.
The people
Yeah,
were
so-
upset
someone
by his
told me this
flyer
last
because
night.
It looked
They thought
like
it was a woman.
getting
Yeah.
punched in the face.
Yeah, I was hanging out with the woman who was doing the flyering for me on the last night of the festival, and she was like, every single night, someone was like very upset by the flyer. Like a different
Oh,
person would be like,
no.
"Why are you showing me this? This is getting punched in the face." Which, like,
That has to have affected the numbers, right?
no, it's probably
a lot of things probably.
that like I've done like the post game. There's a few things. That's one of the biggest factors. But there's other factors as well.
It is.
I'm
It is very
sure,
funny
I'm
that like
sure.
every Instagram story you do now with it is prefixed with like this text post that says, "Now remember, this is me getting punched in the face."
It is a little sad that all the Sydney ones is just black background with white text being like, I'm actually good.
I am a very talented
Oh,
comedian.
yes, I'm
Anyway,
Jamie
we're
Kirk.
also joined by
Yeah, Jamie Kirk.
and we've got a wonderful guest today, Concetta Caristo. Hello.
Hello, friends. Hi.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, so today we're doing Cruel Intentions.
Damn.
Yeah, Cruel Intentions, a 1999 teen romantic.
More like 1969.
Well
That's what I wanted to
played.
do with every character.
Yeah, this is a very, very horny movie.
Very.
It's a teen romantic drama film directed by previously discussed director Roger Cumball.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Go off, Camo.
And starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Felipe, Reese Witherspoon, and Selma Blair. the film.
Selma Blair.
Wow. Wow.
Ah,
Yeah.
Lordy, Lord have mercy.
You like Selma Blair in that movie?
I love Selma
She's
Blair.
annoying as shit.
Don't you think she
She's very
kind of
annoying.
plays it like she's, mentally handicapped a little? Like,
Apparently, the way she got the like gig of being
Is this going to be like
the,
a Weinstein story?
No,
No.
of being like the snotty thing was because a lot of the people auditioning were quite young.
Yeah.
He had to like the casting director had to ask everyone how old they were because they had to be in this like graphic sex scene, and he just said, "How old are you?" And she's like, "How old are you?" And he's like, "Oh, you're perfect."
Whoa.
Look, this doesn't say a lot about me. This isn't a good thing about me. This isn't a part of my personality that I'm proud of. But what I discovered last night is the dumb horny thing really did it for me. It really she's very dumb.
So to bring back an old question from the podcast, you jerk off to this movie?
Not last night when I was
Wow, wow, wow,
when I
wow.
was like 13. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
right. Yeah, I mean,
for
sure. Who wasn't?
Yeah, boy.
I'd be lying if I said some sort of YouTube clipping of just the kiss scene.
Oh, that kiss is wild.
hadn't been stimulus material.
Yeah.
crazy that it predicted the just grotesque rise in incest pornography that is littering the internet
I was
right
thinking
now.
about
Like, I can't avoid it because, like, Mama's gay and she likes to look up lesbian porn. She can
Hell
insert
yeah.
herself
Sorry, for
into
a
the
second I
fantasy.
thought I was like, wait, your mum's gay?
No,
My mum is gay.
What does that have to do with the porn?
I haven't
you
seen her
want?
dating any men in a while. But like, I can't avoid it. Like,
Yeah.
anything I look up, like,
You're so right.
because I've got a thing for like older women as well. So if I'm looking up like
Mum.
MILF and young girl, it's like stepmom, mum, and daughter. It's fucked up.
But do
yo.
you ever just think like, okay, this isn't real, so
Yeah.
this is just going to, I'm going to watch this mum fucks her daughter video
Yeah.
and just take out, like,
Scrub past the first
scrub
45
past all the
seconds.
bullshit, and then it's like
But
just a
that's
hot old
the
woman and a young girl.
Jamie loves the craft.
Yeah, I got to see how the sausage is
A
made.
perceptive question. Yes, I have
Yeah,
done
great,
that.
amazing. I mean, you
Yes,
got
totally
to. You
done
got
was
to. It's a
thinking about-
jungle.
I think we were all probably thinking about incest porn last night. So, well, I assume we all watched this last night. Well, I'm assuming we were all thinking about incest porn when we watched this movie.
I didn't watch it last night, but I was thinking about
One thing I was thinking about, because, like, I don't seek out that kind of porn,
Uh-huh.
but it has happened where I've, whatever.
Stumbled into
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Yeah.
I tripped and fell or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it occurred to me,
Well, a
like,
chick fell
because
into my
it
brother.
happened one time I was watching it, and the video said, like, stepsister in the title, but in the video they were saying, but no, I can't, you're my sister. And I was like, why would they? And then I was like, hold on. The people at Pornhub are the ones naming it, not the creators of the video. So they're, like, changing the search terms to, like, optimize views. They know that step stuff is going to be more popular than, like, actual incest stuff, which makes me think, like, that makes it more fucked up because when they were filming this scene, these characters are actually brother and sister in the canon of this porno.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up, dog.
SEO,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, it's all about that SEO
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, they get paid per click.
I mean, I don't
that
think it's-
website that distributes the videos of Lois from Family Guy getting railed. They're not paying a small fee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think it's an orientation thing. Like, you can't escape it no matter what you do. Like, it's always, like, the first page of
It's
everything.
Yeah.
every fucking page of Pornhub.
Yeah.
I mean, other sites that I'd pay for.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Say.
You're not supposed to use free porn, guys. Come on, be good.
Wait, what?
Free porn's like it's a whole thing.
Concetta, are you cancelled right now? Use it.
Yeah, free porn's bad. It's not fair on the workers.
It doesn't
they don't get
pay
paid
people.
properly.
It's
Dude,
like,
often the content is stolen and shit.
Dude, I'm absolutely cancelled as of this moment. Oh, fuck.
We're all cancelled, right? Yeah. I have paid for porn though, which I feel like offsets some of what I've done.
One of the sex workers I follow on like Instagram or something like that posted a thing today saying like, you're not allowed to follow us, like, and there was like a couple of things. Like, it was like, you're not allowed to follow us unless, and one of them was like, you pay for porn, and I was like, oh, nah. There was another one I got wrong, and then they're like, you've paid for sex work. I'm like, whew. Guilt-free, baby. Great photo, like.
wasn't it supposed to be all of them though?
No, I think it was like,
So hold on.
you got to have
Hold
helped
on.
us out in, it was like, you got to have helped out the industry in
If you've
some
paid
way.
for sex work, then you're
You gotta-
allowed to watch porn.
Yeah.
for
No,
free.
I'm allowed
You
to
gotta
follow.
pass.
No, I'm allowed to follow them.
Right,
guilt-free.
okay.
Right,
Okay,
right.
right. I mean, I'm trying to think of like just like logistical favors I've done for my sex worker friends. But, like, does that mean
But
that
you
I'm
paid
okay?
for porn.
I
You're
have paid
fine.
for porn. That's true. I don't pay for all my porn.
Dude, you're a hero. That's
I think
that's
so.
cool.
I
Well-
think those busty teens need it.
What movie do you think is sexier from this era? This or Wild Things?
I haven't seen Wild.
Me neither.
I've never
You're
seen.
crazy. We've got to watch it because it's
All right.
way sexy.
I've
No way.
definitely seen the other lesbian kiss scene from
yeah,
Wild
yeah,
Things.
Yeah.
but-
There's like a full.
Is that the one at the pool?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen most lesbian scenes in most movies.
Oh
Mr.
damn,
Skin
dog!
over there.
There used to be a website that I went that
Yeah,
like catalogued them all.
Mr. Skin.
Yeah.
No, it was called like
Oh.
Video Blush or
There's a
something
few,
like that.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like, it was specifically just lesbian scenes.
Man, how good's just being a fucking grub? Like, how good's just being the worst cunt on earth?
Can we just talk about the moment that got me was like the clincher for the whole thing was anal. She
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
get him till she turned over and was like, I'll let you put it anywhere. And then he was like, okay. And I was like, what the fuck? She was literally on a platter, and it wasn't until
I get
Yeah.
it though, because
Fudge Town
Like,
that
I-
it was.
no, I-
Fudge Town.
That's what I've heard. It's called.
Take a
Mr.
trip
Simpson,
down
we
to
are
the
from the
Fudge
land of chocolate.
Fudge Town.
So I have an old friend called Fudge, so that's quite funny. Like his nickname is Fudge. Everyone calls him
Obsessed.
Fudge.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's I'm just like Fudge Town.
Yeah,
Go hang out with my friend Zach. Like, and then,
I miss him.
yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't seen him since I stopped sleeping with his housemate. Anyway,
I thought you were going to say like getting dealt meth from him.
no, he did sell me caps a couple times.
So, this movie fucking sucks, right? Like, it's not good.
I don't think it's okay.
Like, it's
I think
horny.
I think
Yeah.
it's a
Very
bad.
horny.
I think it's a bad script.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's a bad script. I think.
But also, it's such a good script. I wanna fuck.
Yeah.
I love
Man.
that shit.
So pretty.
Selma Blair. Oh my god! It's actually like
No, that
That's
was
Sarah
that was
Michelle
Sarah Michelle
Gellar, dude.
Gellar.
Oh,
That's Buffy.
what does Sarah Bell? No, she says, "How about a blowjob?" Then is line.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Yeah, I really discovered something dark about myself last night. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I think it's a bad script, but the sort of like the tone is so well executed. The soundtrack is unfucking believable. Plus, I've totally forgot that Placebo was so closely associated with this movie. Like the music video for Every You and Every Me is from this movie. And
Yeah.
Placebo were like one of my favorite bands growing up. Like I fucking
That
love.
makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Placebo was a big band. I fucking love that band. Brian Molko, dude. I'd still fuck him. Yeah, I think it's the acting is like bad but perfect for the movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
I
Yeah.
think Sarah Michelle Gellar is good in it.
She's
Sarah
great.
Yeah,
Michelle is
she's
the
awesome.
star.
I think Ryan Philippe is very
He's
bad.
Very bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also, the guy's ugly. He's an
Dude, that's what I thought.
That's not. Amy was like next to me. She was like, "Oh my god, like this movie is sexual awakening movie," and I was like, "Yeah, totally." And she was like, "Yeah, Ryan Philippe," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" I guess two women making out. And she was just like watching this guy who like his line delivery for everything is Ross from season 1 of Friends. He's just like, "Hi, yeah, I guess I'll fuck," and then the Friends thing continues later with the very homophobic Chandler when they're like, can he be more queer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Joshua
there's
Jackson.
a lot of people fags in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fudge Packer
Oh
makes
my
a
God,
beautiful return to the lexicon.
I think what
Yeah.
it is.
I hadn't heard that word since year 12, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when my friend Beck started dating my friend Fudge, I accused her of being a fudge packer.
So that's a woke way
So
to
old
do it.
Fudge likes to be pegged, huh? Nice.
No
So you
comment.
just gotta rename every friend you know Fudge so you can get away with using that slur.
Hey, fudge packer. I think I do get why someone would think he was sexy as a teenage, like if you're like a teenage girl watching it. Not because of how he looks, but I get the attitude being sexy, like the confident, and like it's way over the top.
He's better looking
for an
now.
adult.
Like when he
He's
showed up in
definitely
that
better
episode of
looking now.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I was like, oh, you're looking good.
It's also like I also just because of my experiences, blonde curls are so unattractive to me on men. Like I think they're so because I spent so long fucking shutting them down.
Jeez, a bit of sun bleach on Jamie and
No, it's myself. I'm talking about me.
right.
Yeah. But you have real tight curls.
I have like real tight curls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. I'd chemically straighten my hair and dye it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm shocked. I
have
did
a-
not
I'll
know
try to
that.
see if I-
behind the
Yes,
comments.
Do you want to see a photo?
please.
This
Go
will be-
hunting.
Yeah,
He
hunting
looks
on
like
Facebook.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
crazy.
I'll get a photo up. This will be good pod content. Hold on one sec.
We have posted a lot of these
Yeah,
photos.
yeah,
on
yeah.
our
I think we
feed.
posted
I
a
think getting
bunch.
Concetta's reaction live on pod is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that as a curly person.
Yeah. A curly person. Person of curls.
I'm a curl girl. I didn't know that, and join the fam.
Yeah, you know I had curly hair before you were even born, all right? So
Wow,
just,
fair call.
so just settle down there. Hold on, where's this fucking photo?
Kind of surly as well, Ryan Philippe.
He's very
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very surly, which I do get the appeal of that.
I just
Also, Reese Witherspoon is a very good actress, but not in this.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But can you believe that then they married? I can't get over when the thing in the movie is then happening in real life that they were married for ages.
Yeah.
They were already a couple.
I just showed Concetta the photo.
Sorry, you
during this.
absolutely look like Napoleon Dynamite. That is
Yeah, I know. People used to scream it at me out of moving cars.
that is psycho. Are you
People used to
naturally
say that
blonde
to me.
as well?
I'm naturally blonde, yeah.
This is like being friends with a spy. This is like finding your true identity.
Yeah,
I'm
dog.
shook.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
What a world.
I think you should go back.
I
think-
will,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah, yeah.
I
eventually.
think emo is over.
Yeah.
I
You
kinda-
should now go beach, like Bondi Rescue.
I was actually
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about doing
yeah.
like...
Hard's
I
change.
was thinking about cutting it like real short and bleaching it like Eminem style.
Oh my god, that is so
So
hot.
you're
Like
just trying to
the
be like me again.
Yeah.
That's a new detail. I'm blonde now.
yeah,
Yeah.
We
Oh,
are
oh.
robbed on this podcast that you,
You look
cannot
like Pamela
see that.
Anderson. I said you look like Pamela Anderson.
Famous
Thank you.
blonde.
Famous blonde.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Most blonde person I can think of. Do you feel dumber?
Are you having more fun?
Yes. No. Gentlemen seem to prefer me.
One more blonde reference. Go. Heart of Glass. It's a Blondie song.
Yeah.
I was going to go with Debbie Harry. I was just
Yeah,
going to say
same thing.
Debbie
Alright, cool.
Harry.
Yeah, good work, man. We're still
Oh,
on the same page.
what's the fucking comic the Blondie's in? Family Circus, is it? No. It's called Blondie, right? The guy who eats the big Dagwood sandwiches.
Archie?
You never heard of that
Archie
guy?
Comics?
No, dickhead. It's not Archie. Hold
I've got
on.
no idea what you're
Yeah, I don't know
talking
what
about.
you're
Really?
talking about.
It's a pretty iconic look. You might not have. Maybe it's too American. Hold on.
What's your favorite In Excess song? Is it Never Tear Us Apart? Comedy's really easy.
Yeah, these losers.
Oh
look
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
familiar.
yeah, yeah,
He eats a
yeah.
big sandwich.
What about something about Pure Blonde the beer? See, I'm full of riffs today.
I've got
Yeah,
zero,
you're
nothing.
Yeah.
Aren't you an improviser? What are you doing here?
Absolutely. Give me a word. Oh, blonde is the word.
Yeah.
We've been riffing on the one word for 5 minutes.
No, I could do a scene. I could
We
be
could
like,
do it.
welcome.
Maybe we could do some of our famous character work opposite and improvising.
Yeah, let's do it.
Shall we do it?
All right. What
Oh, who are we
character-
bringing back? Roger Cumble?
Work smart, Pete.
Yeah, he's good.
All right. So for this picture, I'm in black. No.
P.S. What's the other? You said you mentioned Roger Cumble before. What?
He did some other movie.
The sweetest
He
thing.
has a
so
very-
he's
Oh.
a fan of Selma Blair.
he has a
apparently.
very funny
Oh.
name. Is the
Because it has a comment.
It's Roger Cumble, but
Dude, you know when you were like, "This
Or
is the
Cumble, I
movie."
assume.
It was only a few weeks ago that I on my Instagram discover it had all this stuff about Cruel Intentions because it was like the 10-year of some fucking anniversary.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was
Oh,
like,
right.
Yeah,
working
yeah,
at
and
it,
I'll-
she's still friends with Selma
20
Blair.
And so I
years.
started reading all about it, and then I was it's based on Dangerous Liaisons,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Has
I
anyone actually seen Dangerous
No,
Liaisons?
I wanna see
Yeah,
it.
but I've seen Arrested Development
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
make fun of that.
I want to see it. I have it on DVD. I'm gonna watch it.
It's interesting because Cruel Intentions was supposed to come back last year. They had a television ordered to pilot
Really?
with Sarah Michelle Gellar playing an older Catherine, mentoring
Whoa.
some bitch. Not as in the derogatory all women are bitches. But
So she
some,
doesn't
Queen
learn her
Bee
lesson.
bitch.
At
Yeah,
the
yeah,
end.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Really dug myself out the hole there.
I particularly like the way you acknowledge that you dug yourself out of the hole to make it clear that it was deliberate effort, not a genuine correction.
Nothing's genuine.
Apparently, there was
I hate women,
a
so it's-
sequel directed by the same guy.
There's 2 sequels, and it's got
Wasn't it
she's
bad?
won an Oscar now.
Are they called
Amy
Crueler
Adams.
Intentions?
Yeah, it's Amy Adams.
Cruel Intentions 2. It gets crueler.
Yeah.
It really
Cruelest Intentions is the third one.
Cruel Intentions 2 and 3 really lead into the softcore pornography roots that
Sick.
I thought you were gonna say incest. It's full on
one
incest.
kind of hints at. I'm not even sure if
Yeah,
Sebastian is in the second one. It's all about like the
He
rise
died.
of
He
Happy.
died, yeah.
No,
at the end
no,
of
the
movie.
second one is a prequel.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
called
right.
Manchester Prep.
Oh my god! When I was watching it, I was like, "He's not gonna die. He's gonna still be alive." And then he was dead.
He died.
I was like, "What?" But
Was this the first time you've seen it?
no, I think I saw it ages ago. But
Right.
just
I
I,
like-
had too much hope.
I saw it when I
Yeah.
was like 12, so I don't remember it properly.
You watched this when you were 12?
I
I watched it when I was 13.
Can I tell you guys a trick I used to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so if I knew there was going to be something horny on TV later, right?
Mhm.
The Weather Woman. This is all SBS like porn.
Oh no,
Asian porn.
So I would usually be
Naked
like,
News on the Comedy Channel.
Yeah.
I didn't have Foxtel, so I would go to a friend's house and quietly beat off under my cover so he couldn't see when that was on there.
Oh, God. You're living in an
whatever,
episode
you all
of Big
did it.
Mouth.
Yeah,
You all did it.
I never beat off at a friend's house.
Oh, I definitely did.
Oh, but I did have.
Whoa.
I did.
I've beat off at most of my.
I did have this embarrassing experience recently, or what could have been embarrassing is like I'm very lucky now that the hormones mean that when I come, very little, if anything, comes out
How does that make you lucky?
Yeah.
because of
How do
what
you
I,
make videos and send
because-
it to Tom Moore?
I know that.
Everyone knows that.
yeah. But it's lucky because of what I'm about to say is I was staying in a house with some people. Going to make this as vague as possible so they don't know when it was.
It was May, wasn't it?
No, it was quite recently, and I had to sleep in bed next to a friend, and I woke up in the middle of the night and was like, oh, I need to piss, and I went to the bathroom and I like got myself out and realized that I had a wet dream like
Right.
next to this
Whoa.
friend's
Because it was
bed.
like a little calm. It was
How
okay.
many
Yeah.
wet dreams do you have?
I don't beat
You know,
off.
I've never had a wet dream. Like never. Like
Yeah, because you probably fucking can't go 6 hours without beating your dick off.
I mean, longer than 6 hours. Let's be adult about it. Anyway, so here was my trick. Usually it was big, because I didn't have Foxtel. It was usually Big Brother up late. And
Yeah.
sometimes it
Yeah.
would be a movie, right? So what I would do is I'd be like, this is old VCR days, obviously. I'd be like, well, I mean, The Simpsons is on. I'm going to just record an episode of The Simpsons and leave that tape running. You know what I mean? So then the next
Sneaky.
day I'd get home from school before my parents were home and I'd fast forward to the end of the tape that's where the gold would be.
And start watching a bit of Queer as Folk.
Oh, I mean, not quite my speed. But I got really into Queer as Folk as an adult, though. I quite liked that show. It's a good show.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a dramedy about
Probably
gay
one of the
dudes fucking
first
a lot.
shows about like where gay people.
It was-
hold
it's-
them.
It's
Cool.
kind of like, it was almost like a male version of the L Word.
Well, it was before.
Right.
It was before
I think it was
the
before
L
the
Word.
L Word.
The L Word was
Maybe.
the L Word was
It
kind
was
of touted
gay
as queer
Sex and the
as
City.
yeah. Well, I remember
Cool.
L Word being like it's lesbian queer as folk.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I also remember the Arrested Development joke where they would call it queer as fuck.
That's
Beeped
funny.
out.
I also remember leaving the tape running after a Simpsons episode to record the L Word.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got into the L Word.
I started watching it recently because someone was like, it's an essential viewing experience as a lesbian. Like, God
Like a
damn,
rite of passage.
it's really bad.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, I mean, it
It's
was
like-
like the first one. You just
Yeah.
a lot of people gave it.
But it's just-
I don't
it's-
think even then many people like
Mm.
beyond the fact that it was groundbreaking for what it was doing. I don't think anyone was like it's groundbreaking and also good. They were just like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
groundbreaking.
it's so soapy.
Can I talk about the script of Cruel Intentions a bit more?
yes.
I just had there's one big thing, and it's that a bit, like my biggest problem with the script is Sebastian's so hateable, but they set him up to be too hateable and at the end when he's like redeemed, it's so unearned.
Yeah, the arc
That's
is
so true.
bad.
It's
He's
not
such
earned.
a like when
He has a crush on a girl. Who cares?
Yeah,
like,
it was. I
don't
think
have
it was
sympathy for
an
him now.
hour and 10 in, and I was like, I turned
But
to
he-
Amy and I was like,
he's-
they're gonna have to speed up
he
the
rapes-
redemption, and
he
he
now-
doesn't.
he
He
rapes
now
him.
has love in his heart.
Yeah,
Doesn't
he
that make you root
rapes
for
at
him?
least two women. Like,
Oh, God.
there's a line early on. I wrote it down. It's early on where they go, "Didn't you?" The one of the old mums or whatever goes, "Didn't you get expelled for what you did to the school nurse?" And he goes, "I hear she's recovering quite well, recovering."
Yeah.
What the fuck did he do to her? That's
Ew.
rape.
Yeah.
And straight up, and what he does to Selma Blair is like straight
Coercion.
up,
Right?
Straight. He
Proper
blackmails.
coercion.
He's like, "I'm gonna
Disgusting.
call your mom unless I go down on you." Like
It
that's
was
fucked up.
gross. And the photo just starts taking photos of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And also, he does like revenge porn shit with the daughter. Like he's a
Yeah.
rapist. He's a
And
sex
also,
predator.
like, when the because I was like saying to Amy, I was like, man, what a long fucking shot to take by giving Reese
Yeah.
Witherspoon the diary.
Yeah.
Like, just being like, yeah, I trust
Yeah.
you. Here's my darkest thoughts. But, like, these thoughts are maybe too dark, dude. And
Yeah.
gives them out, and people give out copies, and they're like, yeah, Sebastian was a saint who had like a face turn, Catherine's, but like everything in the diary is like, Catherine's a fucking
Yeah,
bitch,
what
dude.
could he
have
And
read?
it literally calls her a bitch and like a whore.
It's also
and
like-
draws and like has pictures of her being like, you might as well be like slut. And
It's also
Yeah.
like hundreds and hundreds of pages of him being like, "Yeah, I hate women. Fuck them. I lied to them. I manipulated them. I literally have cruel intentions." Then what he's got 3 pages at the back going, "Yeah, actually, I changed my mind."
yeah, yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, those 3 pages
Yeah.
must be
And it's-
something else.
And it's not
Yeah,
written
yeah.
to the public; it's written to her.
Yeah.
like because he doesn't know he's going to die at this stage, so he's just written like an apology. He's just gotten a crush on a girl and been like, "I'm going to change." That's
yeah,
all.
what
that's happened.
happens if he doesn't die? Like, they date for 2 years, and she's just like, yeah, about the book, man.
Yeah.
That's
Kind
like,
of fucked up, dude.
it's like
actually.
something happened last night, like between us,
Also-
and I reread the book.
Also, how is she not like, wait, hold on, you wanted to fuck your sister? You wanted to,
Yeah,
The whole motivation with this was you wanted to fuck your sister.
He's just so
Fucking up the
manipulative.
coit as well.
And literally calls her the bet in the thing, and like puts
Yeah, yeah.
pictures of her, makes fun of her because she's a virgin.
Okay, but did you not kind of like love that scene though? Like just at the end of like, yeah.
Oh, like the very end.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it's so
yeah.
triumphant.
With
Like the
Bittersweet
the
Symphony.
verb.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
real good.
Bittersweet Symphony still
Wait, they pull out
Just
the
the
coke
slow-mo
spoon?
pulling the coke
That's
out.
sick.
Yeah.
It's just nice because everyone knew he was a piece of shit, but no one knew she was.
Yeah,
and so,
she thought she got away
Yeah,
with
'cause
it.
she was
no
playing-
slut.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't. Also, while I was trying to like research this, I just wanted to know where the incest side of it came from. And there's
I
no
think it's
real
all the way
explanation.
back from
the
the
French
original
version.
French novel.
Is that incest in that though?
Yes,
It's
I
called
believe it
Dangerous
is.
Liaisons.
Yeah. Because the
Pretty
liaisons are pretty dangerous.
Pretty dangerous. Yeah, because their kids might come out wrong.
Yeah.
Playing with
It's
fire.
also that scene you mentioned, the slow motion coke pullout, has
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
the best reaction shot ever when the principal just like does
Yeah.
real
Slow
slow
motion.
motion. Like I can imagine him being wandering around backstage, being like, "I'm gonna fucking get this one so hard."
45 takes him, just going,
Yeah.
ooh.
It looks like something
Really
out of a bad
reacting.
like anti-drug commercial the government's
Yeah,
made.
it
Just
really is.
like a guy lighting up a joint and there's always just that old man there just disapprovingly shaking his
Yeah.
head in
I mean-
She
slow-mo.
might as well have done like, you know, the old ad where they like the guy's speeding and then does
Yeah,
the little
yeah,
finger
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
straight
Doing
out.
that, but it's a Coke spoon.
It's an interesting attitude towards cocaine in general there, because they don't show any like effects of her doing it.
No.
It's just shorthand for, oh, she's a bit bad.
She's actually.
And you're just like, yeah, but she
bad.
wants to do anal with her brother. Like, we
Yeah.
get it. She's a
bit of-
bit fucked.
It's such a foreign world to me. Like it's kind of in the movie like Traffic as well. It's just like these like super rich American like high school kids
It's
who are just
definitely a
like
lifestyle
getting
porn.
heavily into drugs and shit. And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
definitely a
like,
lifestyle
Gossip
porn
Girl
element
did
to it.
that stuff.
granted, I live in a different country and I was very poor, but like I just
Yeah.
can't fathom that.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of ketamine when I was in Melbourne.
Yeah, but
not
you're
a-
also a 28-year-old boy.
That's true. And also, I didn't pay for any of it.
I did
Love
a lot
that.
of cocaine
Yeah,
in Melbourne.
my-
It was foolish.
Hey,
My-
can I ask, what was the vibe of that scene? You know how when she's in the bathroom and she's just done a bit of coke, like right towards the end before she does her speech, and they have that
Yeah.
interaction.
Yeah.
What's that? What's going on there? What is the vibe? They know
They-
know about each other, but they're
They don't like. They
She-
can't call each other out. I think. is
Yeah,
the-
I think it's more Reese Witherspoon getting ready to drop the mic.
oh my
Yeah, 'cause
god,
she-
right? Because
she
I was like,
doesn't-
she's being so nice.
She's-
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
Sarah
They
Michelle,
put- yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar doesn't realize that she knows everything
They've
about
both
her.
got aces up their sleeves,
Yeah.
but only one of them actually does. Like,
I was also thinking.
also, maybe they wanted to fuck. That's what I was
Maybe
thinking. That's
dangerous
what I was thinking.
liaisons hit
Man.
again.
I was thinking about this at the end because it is like she does get a relatively big comeuppance. But like, I don't think that will last. Like, she's rich.
Yeah,
and
she'll be
she's
fine.
hot.
Yeah.
She can move
Yeah.
schools instantly
Also,
and just start
she's
the
like
same thing.
School president and shit. Like, she's gonna be
Yeah.
fine. And she'll just
Yeah.
make up some.
I
songs.
think
I
maybe
think-
the cocaine, I think, serves a useful thing because it would be saying, oh, the cocaine will obviously be the thing that gets her expelled from the prep
You
school.
actually,
Yeah.
you can't get expelled from a school for being a slut.
From
But
what
then,
I,
like,
from what
yeah,
I,
so then the second one should just be her being rich and going to public school and like
Yeah.
doing prank wars.
from what
on
I can
poor
gather,
people.
though, is they're like equating the like result of his death as like her vicariously murdering him.
Yeah.
yeah, they kind of imply, which is not at all accurate.
No.
Like,
It's interesting.
if
that
anything, it's like the black guy's fault, but he's a good guy.
If
yeah,
if
he
any,
murdered. I think he had a gun.
Yeah.
If
Look,
any-
I just heard there was crack on the scene. That's
I mean,
what
I mean, like that. Honestly, probably in the real world version,
That
the
is
cops
what
would
would
have got
happen.
there.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
would
yeah.
have planted a gun on him and be like, "Yeah, this
Yeah,
black dude
this-
murdered."
Also,
his
if
mate."
anybody
this
listening
rich
to the
white
podcast
kid.
can like clip that little thing out and like auto-tune remix it, if anything, it's the black guy's fault.
But I mean,
yeah, that's the fucked part to get out of
And
this
I,
episode.
I mean, I think it's kind of fucked. I agree with Hastings a little bit because it's kind of an interesting thing to do that in the script. Have like a kind of a peripheral character, he's not completely on the edges, but he's
Yeah.
there.
He's a
But, like,
secondary
But
character.
to have him, to have Catherine not even be there for that final confrontation that
Yeah.
kills Sebastian.
That's true. It is kind of the three. It's a weird combo of
well,
three
it's just
characters.
kind of
there.
Yeah.
it's just kind of a little like the black guy's gonna kill him.
It's also bad script writing. Like to have Sebastian killed by a car is absolutely a Deus Ex Machina. Like,
Yeah.
because I think what the script actually calls for is I think he needed to kill himself. I think that's kind of the natural conclusion. The way you need to, because he can't live. That character can't go on.
Whoa.
He's been snookered with the blackmail too perfectly. They've written themselves into a corner. The natural conclusion, I think, like dramatically, is like a bit of a suicide, and in the suicide, he would somehow actually get his redemption. But that's too dark for the script.
I
Like,
remembered it as that.
Yeah.
I didn't remember it as being.
Is this going to be like a
car.
Berenstain Bear thing? There's a cruel intention.
Maybe, yeah.
Where it ends with Sebastian killing
I
himself.
don't know.
I think that's the natural way to finish that script off.
I think maybe, but the whole point is building towards, love conquering.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't think he can then just be like, yeah, I'm gonna slit my
Well, that's
wrists.
because it's a bad script. Like that's, but I think it would need to be not even a suicide necessarily, but some sort of sacrifice where he proves.
I think a sacrifice is
Yeah,
good.
but where he dies. Like,
yeah, but I guess
yeah,
it's
and then
right.
he can prove
it
through
does,
that action.
It does take a little agency away from him to
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, and then there was a car there. That's bad.
But I
writing.
mean, I guess like the act of sacrifice is the fact that the dude doesn't push him into the car. He dies saving Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, that's not enough. I guess that is a sacrifice, but it's not a clear
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Like that's an accident. Still, it still has to be. He should have.
So what you're saying is you wanted the black dude to have a gun.
I wanted it to be like, even if it was a moment where like there was like he has to consciously decide, if I do this, I will for certain die. Even if it was clear that he knew he would die by pushing her out of the way, and also like maybe I don't know, you link it to his redemption.
Well, I guess the
somehow.
better punch up is just straight up have Catherine try and kill him.
Yeah.
that works.
Well, maybe that's a
She
thing
tries
where.
well, Catherine tries to. So Sarah Michelle Gellar tries to kill Reese Witherspoon. Sebastian throws himself in front of the bullet,
That could have been an idea that might.
and then they do a barrel roll, pulls out two
Yeah.
guns, turns them on the side. There's a
Sick.
shootout in an alley. Clint Eastwood comes
that
down.
very possibly
There's a car chase scene.
could have been nixed by the studio if you think
Yeah.
about it, because it's kind of Sarah Michelle Gellar, height of her fame. This is season 2, season 3 of Buffy. I think when
Yeah.
this came out, she's doing the kind of. Okay, she's dyed her hair dark. She's going to be evil.
She looks good with the
She
dark
looks
hair.
amazing. But like, I think if the plot had gone with, but also she tries to kill Sebastian at the end, maybe her reps were like, oh, we want a dark like anal sex with brother, not kill brother.
Yeah. So they go, wait, so Sebastian's a vampire, right? We need this on brand. He's a
Man, if
vampire.
Buffy had come out at the end, that would have been I would have 5 stars for me.
Yeah, the Buffy theme song
I mean,
starts
like,
playing.
yeah. I mean that like as a young Buffy fan, like that first scene
Oh.
that she's in, you're just like, oh shit.
Damn, she's, man. I'm sorry, I should apologize to first time listeners. If this is your first episode to listen to, it's not normally this horny, okay? It's not.
It's a horny movie.
It's such a
very
horny
horny
movie.
Yeah.
This might as well
yeah.
be mic check for how horny it is.
Yeah.
Is this the horniest movie you've done?
This is the horniest movie I've seen.
I think this
Nice.
might be the horniest
It's for
movie.
sure.
It would probably
Because
have
there
to
are
take the
horny
cake.
movies that are deeply unsexy. This is
Yeah.
pretty sexy.
Like American
Pie's
Pie is
horny.
very horny, but it's not really sexy.
yeah. This is
There's
a
just
sexy
one
movie.
pretty horny scene
Yeah.
per film. That's the rule.
Yeah.
But this whole movie, like, man, and like even the scene, as much as I hate it, even the scenes with like Sarah Michelle Gellar like seducing Sebastian.
It's
oof.
lit. It's so
You
good.
hate that?
No, I liked it.
Is it?
No, it's great.
I've been waiting to
I'm like, oof, is it good?
Yeah.
I've been waiting to just throw this out after we're a bit lubed up.
Go on.
Your step sibling is that hot and trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
What you do?
Fuck
I have questions.
No, I'm asking the question.
Yeah, I have like as in about
sorry,
the scenario, right?
Yeah, okay.
So what it comes down to is my relationship with the stepsister.
Yes.
If it's like the second time I've met her, sure. If I live in the same house with her,
Let's say like a similar situation to this. Like you've known each other.
How long have they been living together for?
Let's say 3 years.
So they were both sexually mature when they met?
Would they have been in this?
In this movie, it's implied that they had been living together for a long time. Because she says,
Right.
all your life. You've wanted this all your life.
All right.
But they're not related
Right.
at all. It's like two people entering a marriage.
No, if you living together, living with them for more than a week is too much.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, more. But like,
What if you lived in a separate house?
But if it was
Yeah.
like, if you saw them on summer vacation, that might be different. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
What makes it okay earlier on?
No, it makes it worse earlier on. So I'm saying if they live together as children, then it's definitely off.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if like they were both sexually mature when they met and they weren't living together, are they really siblings or do their parents just fuck?
This is true.
Yeah, well, I think that's the way they put it in the movie. Just
What is interesting? You never see the parents.
I was thinking, I'm like, where the fuck are the parents?
Don't
I think
they
it's
say that they're away
They
on
say they're
holiday
in
or
Europe.
I
something
think it's
like
a
that?
deliberate
Yeah.
choice to make them seem. Because also, if you see the parents, then they seem more like brother and sister.
oh, maybe that's
Makes
a
it
good
seem more like a
point.
family.
But they say they're in
Ah.
Europe or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, you need all the like empty rooms and stuff for them to fuck in. Like, it's not.
No, but
They don't-
how old are they in this movie?
I think
There's
it's
a- I
implied
think
that
like
they're about
17,
17 or 18.
Can you
yeah.
fucking? They live in a palace, bitch. They're just
Yeah.
like walking around all these. They don't fuck all. God, that is cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
sick.
it
Because you're
is.
gonna fuck your
Doing
brother.
straight up-
There's nothing else to do.
Exactly.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
rich
yeah.
as shit.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Your
how it's
sister
marked.
looks like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That's
Yeah.
how.
What
That's
do you
Stuck in
get-
a mansion.
That's
Of
how
course
it-
you're gonna fuck your sister. I'm with Concetta. Good point.
What are you
Agree.
gonna do with your
Agreed.
spare time?
You'd fuck your blood sister in that situation.
People are gonna
I
cut.
fuck my dad in this situation.
What are you gonna do if not fuck your sister, blackmail women for sex, straight up get them drunk?
Well, that is the way that it's kind of like marketed or whatever. Is that like this is what happens when like rich teenagers are bored?
Yeah, when the cat's away, the mice will
Yeah,
play.
which is kind of like the whole of Gossip Girl as well.
oh, yeah.
Is there incest in that?
There's no.
That's what
Damn.
makes you want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
You're like, well, if
I've
it's
never
incest-
watched
Forget
it.
it.
I will.
I'm not
I
interested.
guess we'll have to fire up the DVDs right now. I always carry them in my backpack.
No, but it's funny to assume that all rich people are fucking this. Like that's what they gotta
Just
do.
the
They're too
idea
rich.
that like Ryan Philippe can have sex with Selma Blair, Reese Witherspoon, but be like, damn, my sister is the sweetest cherry.
Yeah.
She is the sweetest thing.
in high school, there was a lot of rumors that I was incestuous.
With who?
I'll tell you the story how it started. So the rumors were with my cousin. It's not true. She's not actually my. Okay, so what happened was,
Oh no.
it's actually fine. The story's actually fine. I was.
Keep in mind that you say things are actually fine.
Yeah.
About
Was it actually
everything
fine
that's
like
going
the
wrong in your
Powerbomb
life.
MC job you did last time?
I did great as far as I see. Wayward's was the bad one.
Right.
So I was 13. I was at a school dance, and the way it was done, I don't know how it worked at your guys' school dances, is you would go up to girls. It was expected and encouraged. You go up to the girls and you'd go, "Hey, do you want to dance?"
Yuck.
And then you dance with the girl, and then you'd make out a little bit on the dance floor. But you like
We
ask
called
the
them a
gir-
disco.
You asked
The school enforced that you made out with them as well. They're like, go ahead, get a
Commit.
dance now.
You got the teachers behind there going, "Go on, get in, son."
Well, it would have been Hastings' dad, who was a teacher, being like, you gotta.
Yeah, standing there going, "You're in."
like that's
I was talking to my brother. You and your cousin have got a hotel room. After this.
Yeah. So the thing about my
Your dad made
first
you
of all,
fuck
the
your
thing about
cousin?
my brother going around at school dances being like, "You're in, son."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that did happen.
Whoa.
Like a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
And he would make fun of like other he'd like to me. He'd make fun of me for making out with ugly girls to other students.
Right.
Great dad. But then he'd also make fun of other kids for making out with ugly girls behind their back. Pretty funny.
Your dad's a
I
good
think
guy.
the correct term is fuggos.
That was the term used at the time. Anyway, I went up to this girl at this one school dance and I tapped her on the shoulder.
She a fuggo?
No. She was a cuzzo. So she wasn't my first cousin. So she's my stepdad's cousin. So she's my step.
Oh, that's barely any relation.
Yeah.
There's literally no relation. She's my step second cousin,
Yeah.
but she's my age.
So you're going in with those cruel intentions.
No, I didn't say it was her. I tapped on the shoulder. I didn't even say the words. She turned around and I was like, "Oh, hi, Lara. Nice to see you. Didn't know you'd be here. Anyway, have a good night." And I walked away.
And everyone was like, they fucked.
Everyone
Yeah,
was
yeah,
straight
yeah.
up. Like a week later,
Yeah,
it was
do
like,
you know
"Dude,
why?
you fucked your cousin."
Do you know
Oh my
why?
It's your
Because
cousin.
no one at that age could talk to a girl with that amount of confidence.
Yeah.
I did have
And
So
not
they're just
try
like, you
to-
must have done something together.
Approaching women was weirdly one area in which I always had at least some confidence.
Well,
Right.
that says a lot,
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
it?
man.
And it has
Well,
stayed
yeah.
strong for your
Like, well,
life.
straight up, it was like, and to this day, I'm still just trying to impress my dad. Like, that's all it is.
Ugh, I
Like,
get it. Yeah.
My
yeah.
dad's a notorious
That
womanizer.
trauma.
Yeah.
Was your cousin attractive?
Yeah. But in like a very tan, blonde, beachy way, like not my type.
All right.
But
Wait,
yeah.
what is your type?
Oh, I like kind of like gothy emo girls.
Of course.
Green
yeah,
hair,
yeah, yeah,
bangs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love, 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 love.
Yeah, I like a nice curve on a lady. This is gross.
Let's get back to talking about fucking your brother.
yeah.
Much more.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
have
go
a
for
step brother.
more
Have you ever fucked him?
alternative type.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great, great, great.
All those messages we were getting over Christmas about him talking about his stepbrother being Jack.
That's
Yeah.
it's my half brother. But
Oh, right,
the Jack
right.
side is clearly not coming from me. It's clearly coming from my
But you were
stepdad
just looking
side.
at him like,
Damn. He is
I could break
jacked.
off
My
a piece of
brother
that.
is jacked.
What
to
does your
shit up.
cousin look like now?
I don't know. She's married.
Oh.
She's yeah.
that was one thing
She's
that
like cute. I guess
we used to always tease this
she's
guy.
my second step cousin.
we used to always tease this guy in our grade because he had like a sister and all these cousins and all of them were just gorgeous.
Sick.
Yes.
Like everybody just used to like be like, how do you do it? Like, how do you go to your family events and not just fucking have a boner the whole time?
That rules so hard.
I had a friend with a hot sister, and people would often be like, "Sometimes you must want to, though." Hey, like,
Yeah, like because
And
kids
was
are
like,
horrible
yeah.
like that, and like just because people hounded him like that, I was just like, God damn you! I'm so thankful that everyone in my family is really ugly.
If you had like I don't know, because if you had like an absolute 10 out of 10 stunner of a sister, would you be like, yeah, my sister's real hot?
there's like
I think you'd be
there's a
able-
biological thing stopping you thinking.
Not like I
No, I
want to
think
fuck
you'd be
her,
able
but
to
would you at least
recognise
be
it.
like,
Oh, yeah, you
yeah,
could
You'd be able to
Yeah,
recognize that
yeah.
they were a good-looking person, but
Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't
No,
be
of
like,
course.
let's fucking do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
also,
yeah.
while you're in school, you'd be like, no, she's ugly.
Yeah,
you
of course,
have
of course,
Because
of course.
the moment you're like, yeah, she's a good-looking girl, they'll be like, you want to fuck your sister?
No, for certain. You could definitely like.
You ever been
But
in-
for the same token, I can be like, oh, I think my brother looks better with a beard than without a beard. Like, it's not a sexual thing. I'm just. It's
Yeah,
just
but
a
if you
thing.
said that in school, you want to fuck your brother.
That's
Yeah.
yes, that is true. Yes. Man, I miss the all boys school. Or wait, maybe that's why I got into comedy.
Man, I went to a co-ed, and that's not avoidable.
I don't think-
avoidable. Anyway.
I reckon it's probably
Yeah,
worse at an all
I
boys
went- I
school.
went
Yeah,
to
probably.
a co-ed, and like anyone who had a hot sister, they'd never heard the.
So
fucking-
hold on,
Yeah.
at this co-ed school, were there co-eds?
yeah, horny co-ed.
I like that co-eds is just code for women in movies.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
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 All right.
One
How we
fact
doing
I
for
heard,
time?
which I
We're
think
almost done.
will just amuse you guys because you like laughing at weakness in men,
Uh,
was
Yes.
Love it.
apparently during I think it happened twice, but the one I remember specifically is like when they're having that scene where him and Reese Witherspoon are yelling at each other. Apparently they were so in the moment that the slap wasn't scripted,
Yeah,
but
right.
she just slapped him because she
Whoa.
just had that reaction. And it got so real, and he was so hurt by that he had to walk off set and vomit.
Is this real?
What
Yeah.
a fucking little bitch.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Dude, so
And then they fell
Of
in
course that
love.
cunt's
No,
a
they were
fucking
they were
actor.
already together. They apparently they were
Were they
looking,
married
They
by
were
this
looking
point?
at someone else, and they were not quite happy with it. And he was like, "What about my girlfriend?" and then
Man,
she got
Man.
the-
That's
fucking,
a power couple.
That fucking sucks so bad. Like, that's like, you always forget in movies because they play characters that the people who are playing the characters are actors, like any actor you've ever met. Of course, an actor gets fucking slapped by his girlfriend and throws up. That sucks. Actors suck. I hate actors. I studied acting and they were mean to me. All right. I think maybe we're done, boys.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe. Yeah. Sure. Are we done?
Any
I
final
think he's
thoughts on
joking
incest?
up. He doesn't want to be done.
Yeah, I don't want to.
So I think we've decided we're all for it. Is
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
is that
I
what we
believe
said?
that's
Yeah,
what we got
amazing,
to, yeah.
amazing.
Pro
Yeah, yeah.
incest podcast.
This one is gonna go
At the
off
very least,
in the
bro, fuck
charts.
your stepsister or brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's step, not half, right? Half's the creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Yeah, all
then,
my
then there's
siblings-
blood involved.
All my siblings are half siblings, and that is disgusting. Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah. Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I even have an adult sister who's a half sister who I see twice a year in like the scenario I outlaid before to Rose.
Do you think she's hot?
Absolutely not. She's my fucking sister. It's disgusting. Like, ugh.
Oh dear.
Her mum, no, Jesus. No,
Concetta, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
the
for having
podcast.
me.
Do you have any final thoughts about the movie?
That's such a weird spot to put someone on.
Fuck.
no. I'm
Say
a,
that you like it or you don't.
I think it's just funny because someone said when they asked like what movie it was, I was like Cruel Intentions, and like fuck, that's gonna be a horny episode. And then they were like, but it was always gonna be a horny episode with Concetta on that podcast. So it is true. Yeah, right.
B.
Oh, yeah, B.
I'm
Yeah.
just glad that we were able to match your horniness. That it wasn't that
Absolutely.
we weren't just leaving you out there to
Yeah.
dry.
I
on a
come
rock
in
of
strong
horniness.
all the
Adrian's
time.
never been horny. And for him to do this requires.
I can't
so
even
much.
imagine thinking about being horny. I can't.
Are you flaccid like all the time?
Well, I mean, unless I take a pill, yeah.
Yeah. This is a well documented.
Phenomena.
Yeah.
Affliction.
Do
Nah,
you
my
have-
dick works fine.
Do you have anything you want to plug, Concetta?
Besides your stepbrother's asshole.
I don't know, not really. I mean, me and John are eventually going to have our own podcast out, which we will eventually want to have guests, and all three of you are invited.
Create some hype, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely not even released, so this is like pre-hype hype. But no, I have nothing to hype.
All right.
Cool.
Cool. Check
Go,
out.
go and see Snake Pit.
Yeah, go check
Oh,
out.
yeah, we will have a show.
Check out Snake Pit's shit. What's Snake Pit, Concetta?
Snake Pit is my like comedy improv group consisting of myself, John Robles, Maddie HW.
And you know they're good because we famously hate improv on this
It's right. It's
podcast.
crazy.
I think Snake Pit are very good. Snake Pit.
That's right, Snake Pit.
It was like Snake Pit. I think Snake Pit are very
Hey,
good. And I
that's
hate
it.
improv.
Andy
so-
and I
Yeah.
used to do a parody of improv. We did a sketch we were called Scrambled Eggs.
Yeah, we were a sketch group called
That is
Scandal
a
Eggs.
wonderful improv group name.
Yeah, right.
We group
It's because we like to scramble it up.
Yeah, that means a lot. We crossed the border.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah.
it helps that all three do solo stand up.
This is
Yeah,
true,
they all
yeah.
something like
Yeah.
plug festival shows, whatever.
Mhm.
Check out Snake Pit. They're great. Jamie, what do you want to plug?
Check out.
Other than your stepbrother's asshole.
Check out a vulgar display of comedy.
Thank
at
you.
Sydney Comedy Festival.
Because you're opening.
Yeah, and I think Andrew might need it a lot.
Please help him.
His shows are on the 1st and 3rd of May, I believe.
Yeah, first Thursday, May, 7 p.m. And guys, just for the We'll Just Tell You Mother We Ate It All listeners, I have a special discount code for you guys. What's that? You get 20% off when you buy the ticket with the promo code POWERBOMB. One word. POWERBOM. One word. Like the wrestling move.
B-O-M-B.
BOM?
What
the fuck did I say?
You said power bomb without the B.
Oh
at
my
the end.
god.
Do you want to try again?
It's like a really
Yes.
powerful version of the Bureau of Meteorology.
Power BOM.
There's gonna be a fucking storm.
To clarify, just because now people might be confused, it's Power Bomb, like with a B, POWERBOMB, not the other very funny joke. So come through. Tickets are actually moving for this one somehow. I think it's almost like people in Sydney recognize me, so they don't think
It's like how people go and watch screenings of The Room.
I'm actually a very good comedian.
Throws at it. He's about to do Butt Baby. Quote along.
But baby will not be in the show.
Damn.
Jamie,
yeah,
you should
come
open
through.
by
Way
doing
to
Butt Baby.
drive away the audience.
Factory Theatre. This will be the last episode released before the fucking show happens.
Yeah, it'll get released tomorrow.
Will it really? Oh, yeah, it will.
Yeah.
No, it'll be the second line. Oh, no, before
Yeah.
the show opens.
Yeah.
Speaking of Powerbomb,
Yeah.
come to it. Losers?
Yeah.
Every Friday.
Every
Hey.
gosh darn Friday.
This not the show that comes out the day after this, but the one after that, I am hosting.
Yeah.
A date would be maybe
Yeah.
helpful with
Third
listeners.
of
The
May.
3rd of May, Guy Montgomery is headlining. There's
Hell
lots of
yeah.
other fun people like Sam Campbell and
Pack
Pack Society.
Eve
Um,
Ellenbergen, Jamie Kirk.
Yeah.
Jamie Kirk?
The previously
Yeah.
mentioned
How'd you get that?
B. Barbo Skirler.
I'm opening for you, then going to Powerbomb. It's a double for me, you know.
You doing the dub?
Yeah.
Doing the double.
You're such a fucking geek pig,
yeah, I
dude.
love it.
Man.
Come to Comedy at Papa Getty's. It's the 3rd Tuesday of every month. I
And
think
email Rose at rosepiper@gmail.com for a spot at Papa
Yeah.
Getty's.
The sign-up
not
sheet.
my email.
or just message the
Yeah.
page.
The
She's
sign-up
like-
sheet normally goes up the day before on Open Mic Sydney. But if it doesn't, like sometimes she forgets. Just either DM her
Just
directly
keep DMing her.
on her Facebook page, on her like personal page. Just email her.
Hey,
Leave
Rose,
post on the wall.
It's a professional
I
gig.
messaged you about doing that room. I just haven't heard anything back.
You actually did the last show. That was good.
Oh, okay, cool.
We've had a couple of duds since then.
I
but
believe
Hey, I was on one of those.
Yeah, we were both
that
on that.
audience was hard work.
Me
They
and
hired
Concetta
us.
did
Yeah, you did that one. It was a
together.
great show.
Yeah,
That was so much fun.
Alrighty.
that's it.
Also, this comes out on Thursday. I'm having some drinks for my 30th.
Yeah!
Public house in Petersham. Come down.
Come
I gotta do
through.
fucking Everly.
Yeah.
If you, I'll be there. So if you've ever wanted to fuck Hastings,
Come
Or if
through.
you've ever wanted to fuck Rose or Concetta.
Oh, hey, I'm around. I'm around.
Yeah.
all right, this is the worst plug we've ever done.
We are all horny.
I'm just letting you know
Man.
where I'll be at a place and time in case anyone. My fiance will probably be there, but that's
You say that as though
doesn't matter.
several episodes in a row you weren't like, hey, email pictures of your tits to our email
no.
account.
You should still do that. I'm saying specifically at the public house
Do you
this
want to?
Sunday.
Do you need to plug?
Hey,
the
there's a
email?
quote in this movie that says email is for geeks and pedophiles,
Yeah.
and our email, geeks
Is-
and then the pedophile.
yeah,
So-
we ate it all.
Come on, dog.
69.
for everyone, I pointed at Andy when I said the pedophile.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another
No, I
running joke.
pointed at Concetta.
Just want to be clear that I'm not a pedophile.
Mm.
All right, to the next step.
To the next step.
To the next step.
Wait, Jamie, you're telling me you've never kissed before?
No,
Not even with your girlfriends?
never.
Come here.
Ugh.
Spit on it. Spit on it. Spit on it.